Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am substantially behind in movies and even further behind in reviews, so let's get started. When a Stranger Calls, we're talking about the 1979 original film, not the 2000-ish remake. And this movie was at the cusp of when horror was turning into the person next door being the scary thing in the late 70s, which would turn into the slasher genre. This movie is most notable for its first act. It's the thing that has went into the zeitgeist over time. The call is coming from within the house. A babysitter played by Carol Kane is babysitting for some kids when she gets mysterious phone calls, and of course the caller is inside the house. And Carol Kane's character lives her life knowing that that person is still out there. And while the first and third acts of this film are notable and have a good pace to them and are at times very creepy, the middle third of this film is relatively tedious. It's a bit of a slog to get through, but it's one of those movies that, like I said, has entered the cultural zeitgeist, so it's one of those things you just have to see. I liked it, didn't love it. The middle chunk is boring, but it's worth seeing for its cultural significance. I Think We're Alone Now is a 2018 post-apocalyptic psychological thriller, I guess. It stars Peter Dinklage as Dell. He spends his days in an empty town cleaning up the houses, getting rid of the dead bodies after the world has come to an end. Unexpectedly, his life is interrupted by a stranger played by Elle Fanning. Her name is Grace, and boy do I hate it when screenwriters name their characters their character attributes. Anywho, Elle Fanning's character is the pixie dream girl. She interrupts his life in all the best ways. She's kind of annoying to him, but yet they have a friendship. And she comes along for the ride of Dell's life, helping him clean up this town house by house. But not all is as it seems. Yeah, this movie is as you would expect. Peter Dinklage is doing what Peter Dinklage does. He's kind of a standoffish character. He's done it a lot of times before, most notably in The Station Agent. And Elle Fanning has become very good at being the pixie dream girl. It's kind of her default role when she wants to be something in a movie. It's not a role that she has to work really hard at, is what I'm getting at. But this movie completely hinges on you taking the leap it takes in its third act. And if you can take that leap of faith with it, I think you'll find an interesting movie. But for me, it just didn't work. It came out of nowhere, and I was just not along for the ride. It's well shot, it's well acted, but this fails at a screenwriting level. Borat subsequent movie film, surprise Borat sequel, stars Sacha Baron Cohen. And I think we all knew that Sacha was working on something, although we didn't know what. And this movie, the trailer dropped and the movie dropped within a couple weeks of each other. And that's probably the best way to drop a surprise movie. Hit them with the trailer, then hit them with the movie, so you can strike while the iron's hot. I really enjoyed the original Borat film when it came out. I think it's one of those films that over time became more fun to quote than actually watch. I think I've quoted it more than I actually ever watched it. But having said that, this film is a nice surprise. It's incredibly entertaining. I don't think I've ever seen a Sacha Baron Cohen creation that flows this seamlessly from scene to scene. It is effortless in how it weaves from set piece to set piece. And Sacha is very good in the movie. This is what he does. He's a professional at it. He's very good at doing roles like this. But it's a layered performance in that Sacha as Borat has to become other people because people now know who Borat is, so they can see him on the street. So he seamlessly weaves characters together. It's kind of an astoundingly good performance. As is the performance of Maria Bakalova, who plays his daughter. She's very good in the film. The movie is frequently very funny, it's very breezy, it's fun to get through. I enjoyed the film, although I will say this film, more than the first, seems more heavily edited. There are scenes where you can tell that the filmmakers matched up reaction shots from other things that might have happened to match what is going on with the characters. And that extends to sequences like the Rudy Giuliani sequence, where you can tell snips of dialogue were put in different places to make it more awkward. And to that end, I will put out 2 postscripts. First, the Rudy Giuliani sequence, while bad, is worse than it probably really was. It seems heavily edited to make you think certain things throughout its running time. And while him laying back, putting his hand down his pants doesn't look great, I feel like he was genuinely trying to tuck in his pants. I know it's really hard to defend that man right now, but it's bad, don't get me wrong, but it seems worse than it probably was. And secondly, I know that the family of a Holocaust victim has sued Sacha Baron Cohen for their family members' involvement in the film. And I will just say to that family that they have nothing to worry about. That woman comes off as the most genuine, empathetic person in the entire film. She is amazing. But having said all that, I really enjoyed this film. It's another great film by Sacha Baron Cohen. It's worth checking out if you like his kind of nonsense. And that is it for this episode. Have you seen any of these movies? I will see you in the comments, and I'll see you next time, where I will be wearing the same shirt because I'm recording a bunch of these in the same day. Thanks for watching.